Welcome to Sage Audio. Today we're talking about how to make a clear mix. But first, if you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com to receive a free mastered sample of it. Use inverse EQ matching. Inverse EQ matching is one of my favorite tricks when mixing, since it lets me quickly separate two clashing signals. What I do is match the two signals that I want to separate, highlight all of the bands that were created to match the signals, and then invert their gain. Now everything that made them nearly identical has been reversed, causing a greater difference between the two frequency responses. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
Slightly pan, kick, and bass. If you very subtly pan your kick and bass, you create a little space for each. With the bass a few ticks to the left and the kick a few to the right, the energy isn't as centered and the two instruments aren't competing with one another to the same extent. Try not to go over 5 ticks when using this technique, or your mix may end up sounding like an old stereo Beatles record. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
Use downward expansion on lows. Downward expansion or gating has more applications than cutting out background noise. It can be used to greatly increase dynamics and reduce muddiness. If used on the bass frequencies, you can attenuate unwanted lows whenever the bass falls below the threshold and control the timing with the attack and release. This ensures that the bass is most powerful when loud enough, yet doesn't linger, causing a boomy or muddy low end. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
Try exciters. Exciters create high-order harmonics that can brighten up an instrument or mix. One good plugin for this is Fresh Air by Slate Digital, a free plugin that simultaneously amplifies high frequencies and excites them. This plugin can be pretty aggressive though, so use it sparingly. Other exciters like the Waves RL Exciter will work similarly and create a clear signal. Let's take a listen. Use high-pass filters when needed. Although somewhat basic, high-pass filters can really help add clarity to a mix, especially when used amongst multiple instruments. For example, an acoustic guitar should often have a low-pass filter set around 100 Hz, reducing boomy frequencies, mic rumble, and more unwanted aspects of the signal. The same could be said about lead vocals and many other instruments. So don't forget to use this simple but incredibly effective filter. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
Try New York style parallel compression. One creative way to add some clarity to your mix is with New York style parallel compression, with which you heavily compress an auxiliary send, then equalize that heavily compressed signal before you blend it back in. With the EQ, amplify a high shelf filter to take the details of the high end and boost them. This setup will both add detail and body to your mix or instrument and add clarity with the high shelf filter. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
Add air to instruments. Another easy but often overlooked way to add some clarity to a mix is to process your instruments with an air band. This brightens, clarifies, and adds a delicate quality to your vocals, acoustic guitars, or any instrument with high frequencies or high order harmonics. The Mac EQ offers a great air band for this purpose, which extends to 40 kilohertz. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
High frequency, upward compression. If you want to bring out the detail of the high frequencies, maybe on your drum or guitar bus, create an auxiliary send on which you place an EQ and an upward compressor. With the EQ, set a high-pass filter to exclude the lows. Then use the upward compressor to increase the detail of only the high-frequency signal, in turn adding a lot of clarity to your instrument or bus. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
Utilize oversampling. If you want a clear mix, you need to preserve your high frequencies. This is why you should use oversampling to avoid aliasing and the phase cancellation that aliasing will cause. If a plugin offers it, use some oversampling, especially when you're saturating or heavily compressing high frequencies. This way, aliasing distortion is minimal and your high frequencies don't get a somewhat comb filtering effect. Let's take a listen.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go.
If you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com to receive a free mastered sample of it. Also, subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching.